Hello everybody, my name is Yochanan Hilton. Thank you for joining me, just taking just a few minutes out of your time. We have a problem. Yes, we have a problem. What do you mean, no, you have a problem? No, man, we're a community, baby. Come on now, we pull together. We pull together on this one. We have a problem. But we also have solution because we have also a solution. Here we go. I don't know if any of you out there that are seeing this grew up in any type of church, or knew of somebody that went to church, or have a friend that went to church, but all of a sudden they don't go anymore. There's been a huge falling away, I would even say dragging away from anything that has to do with church. I've been interviewing a lot of people personally on the street, and there's been a lot of people that have posted stuff about why they won't go back to church. Let's hear what they have to say.
Ohima, everybody that goes to church is sick. It's like a hospital. Everybody is there to get healed. You've been going to church for 10 years and you're still the same person. You're still rude and obnoxious, backstabbing, and everything else that's bad. You've been in that church, they've been preaching the same sermon, the particular sermon of forgiveness, of loving people, of being tolerant, but being so many things. They've preached that topic how many different ways for how many years now? You're still the same person. You have not healed.
Oh, I was on television. He said, I heard you was a millionaire. I said, that's not right. That's not true. He said, yes, it is. I said, no, it's not. Multi. Now, add that to it and you'll be all right.
You'll have jewelry cost more in your house. Where? I'm telling you, listen to me. I'm telling you. My first house cost $14,700. I'm giving you a chance to write your check out. $14,700. My second house cost $81,900, and this watch costs more than that.
I honestly believe this, that the reason why Jesus hadn't come is because people are not giving the way God told them to give.
These prosperity gospel teachers have perverted the New Testament teaching on giving that was originally designed for the congregation to give, the money to be collected, and then distributed to needy believers so that there is not any believer who is in need of daily necessities. Now the prosperity teachers have come along and perverted it to where they're collecting all this money from the congregation, storing it for themselves, buying $100,000 watches, private planes, and mansions. And then they have the audacity to say, you know why Jesus hasn't come back yet? Because you haven't given me enough money. If these men were real men of God with a real relationship with Christ, all these millions of dollars they're bragging about would be distributed to the needy, not stored up in a bank so that they can wear a $100,000 watch.
So that's problem number one, a huge falling away from anything that has to do with faith and with God, and a lot of hope being lost in the process. We are more than ever facing such a mental health crisis, physical disability, mental disabilities, and homelessness. It is so heartbreaking. There are hundreds and hundreds of these videos of what people are suffering through. Please don't turn away yet. Don't turn a blind eye to our suffering brothers and sisters out there, just fellow humans.
I am tired of fighting every single day. I fight to wake up. I fight to go to sleep. All I do is fight for everybody else. Well, when is somebody gonna feel like I'm good enough to fight for? I am tired of surviving and I want to live.
Isn't there? Yeah, I feel it too. I thought we killed that part of us. We buried it deep inside, but I don't think we can ever kill it.
My coffee doesn't taste right. Take some pills to help my brain. Have a 7-hour self-hate sesh. Go to the arcade. I don't want to go to therapy. I swear I'm feeling fine, but I'll listen to my friends rant. That's how I spend most of my time.
To anyone battling depression, listen. Feels like nobody loves you when you need it the most. Walking amongst the living, but you feel like a ghost. Trapped inside the darkness, it's hard to escape. Trying to keep it together, but you're ready to break. This message from men and women, even boys and girls. Pain hidden inside, but you smile for the world. Suicidal thoughts, about to suffer from depression. Fuck that, I can't let you. Listen to me, do you know how important you are? This world ain't gotta see it, but I know what you are. I know you're trying your best, baby, yes, it's enough. Every time they tear you down, I'ma build you back up. Giving up ain't an option, I need you alive. See the beauty in the struggle, babe, I need you to strive. After going through the storm, find a way to survive. Promise me you gon' fight, wipe them tears from your eyes.
So another problem is we have the working poor class out there, which is, man, so many of us Americans that are, my goodness, I live in Sonoma County, and the average rent for a room with a shared bathroom is, on a good deal, $800 a month. If you are wanting to be clean and sober, most clean and sober houses here are at least $750 for a shared room, shared bathroom. Look at some of the stresses that some of these people, I mean, so here we have the just barely making it working poor, and we have this huge problem that certain churches are, in my opinion, not demonstrating the name of God well. That's another big reason why there's such a falling away. So many needs, financial needs, and so many people won't go into a building, a church building, asking for help. We have so many forgotten. I know I have felt forgotten many, many times. Blood Testimony Ministries is putting a focus on the working poor. Why? Why not just the homeless? And you know what? I do work with them. I said my main focus in this ministry will be the working poor. Why? Guys, I just real quick. I'm disabled. I have fibromyalgia and other elements that I live with on a daily basis, plus my own mental illnesses that I have, that I fight on the daily. We are just barely hanging on out here, most of us, just by a thread. For what? Most of us are just at that suicidal point. Hanging on for what? I've seen some of these videos where someone's like, I didn't think I lived till 30 and I'm dealing with this. I'm turning 50 this month. And yes, I still got my thorn in the side. I still got my challenges. If you want to know more about me, please see episode 1 in Blood Testimonies here on my YouTube channel. But with what we've just seen in these videos, let's talk solution. Blood Testimony Ministries is a nonprofit. I'm going to be taking this RV, which is also my home and my YouTube set. I'm going to be interviewing people that follow a different way of walking out the Bible. These are people that keep what's called the Shabbat or Sabbath in English. They keep the feasts, the holy days, the moedim, the appointed times. We're in the beginning of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. We just had Pesach last night, the Passover. And there is such a beautiful thing about learning this side of the Creator. And this is not about the do's and don'ts. It's about, if you want to know me, you want to love me with all of your heart, mind, soul, and strength and resources, come to my appointed times and learn of me there. There's a special blessings, and we're going to be putting throughout the series information about why these are important and why we kind of focus on them. There's a scripture in Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6, and it says this: "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge." And most people have heard that and they stop there. But there's something that we really need to magnify if we keep reading here. Lack of knowledge, because you have forsaken knowledge, I also will reject you from being priests for me, because you have forgotten the Torah, the law of your Elohim. And it gives a stiff warning after that: I will also forget your children. There is a sect out of 400,000 different denominations of Christianity, and it's been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. knowledge has increased. We have access. Nehemiah Gordon, him and Keith Johnson and many others, Michael Rood, the list goes on, have been able to take a look, actual looking at all the ancient texts and all the different copies and being linguists about it. And I don't know if I said that right, but the scholars, I mean, at looking at these things. And now we can go back and look at the ancient text and understand its history, the language, the culture, and wow, through the feast and Shabbat, a whole different context awakens out of it. And I know for many years in this walk, I didn't keep Sabbath. I didn't keep any of the feasts that I was told it was done away with. I didn't need to worry about, as if this part of God, this loving him, needs to stop, and you don't need to love him that way anymore and to forget about it. Ouch. Would you do that with your husband or your wife? I think you would have problems. I digress. So this ministry is going to focus on meeting people on Shabbat, on Sabbath, and also in the feast, the Moedims, the fellowships and congregations and what have you that we'll be visiting. We'll let people know that Blood Testimonies nonprofit ministry will be there. So if one of the working poor they can't make rent that month and they're going to be homeless, you and I, we've got them. I'm just a vessel for you guys. As you donate, I will take the funds down there. If their kid needs school clothes, whatever the needs are, we're going to fill the need together. Every month, I have a budget report available to see any credit cards, anything that has to do with the ministry is full transparency. Even my personal bank account and tax records will be available. I have nothing to gain. I have nothing other than just being able to do the work and not getting paid for my time. The estimated costs, and I'll put a description down here in the video, that it's under $4,000 a month to travel for gas and make sure I got insurance. I'd like to be able to have Starlink so I can do the work and post these videos and be connected to me online as much as possible, as well as solar. I want to be able to use BLM lands and friends lands and not pay for campsites, which could be costly, as people who travel know. I want to keep everything down. I don't have any overhead here. I have poured in all my money and time and resources here to get this going, and just knowing that you're going to join alongside me here because you see the need. We need to reach people's hearts and mind, not just their monetary needs. We want to do both. My rabbi said, don't just feed somebody and clothe them and say, be full and be warm and send them on their way. No, make disciples. Make disciples. Show them that there's one true living God, that this love is the great shield and defense from the spirits of depression, anxiety, guilt, condemnation, shame. This is the ministry of Blood Testimonies that's going out to let people know, hey, you're not alone. And there's so much more that will, in these series, please go check them out. You'll see what kind of things we tackle in this ministry. I appreciate you considering and donating to this cause. We want to do preventative medicine to the working poor to help them not go insane. Because guys, for over 2 years now, my two beautiful daughters have put me in the cancel culture box. And I haven't talked to them in 2 years, and over 2 years. I feel rejected and hated without a cause, and I think about how I have done that to the Creator. And when I said, no, I won't live that way anymore, I'm redirecting my focus away from me, myself, and all the illusions of not being enough, not looking good enough, not being accepted, not succeeding. Blah, 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 blah. I'm done with it. There's too many other people out there that are hurting and that are suffering, and the people that have claimed the name of Jesus, I'm sorry, in the past have not shown up well. I'm one of them. I've made mistakes in this walk too, and I've learned and I'm learning, and the most important thing is to meet the spiritual needs, not just the physical needs that you're going to help us out with, but going and reaching that heart and that mind, saying, you know what, possibly there's some dark spirits attached to your body, your mind, that's festering the depression and magnifying the anxiety. And I found a way to break through that. In the name of Yeshua, this ministry goes out and claims the one true God that is love and light, that bursts through all the dark attributes and demonic BS that's going on out here. I can't do it alone. I need you guys. I appreciate you taking the time and considering this ministry, and I look forward to working with you soon. I've been Yochanan. Looking forward to having you join me on this journey on Blood Testimonies.